A message to all members of Parliament. So Theresa May's deal is going to come before you again for a third time. Yes, that's right. You get to vote on this deal again and again to see whether you've changed your mind. If you're a Remain supporting MP, regardless of which party you're from and however the whips are trying to push you, you have a duty to be honest and act honestly and vote against this deal. It must be tempting for all politicians to think, let's just get this over and done with. But surely that is the wrong way to think. Regardless of how the vote goes, this will be a dominant issue for at least a generation. There is no hiding from that. So if you know in your heart this deal will be bad for the country, you have a duty to vote against it. Now is the time to make a stand and do what you know to be right for the country and not hide behind party politics. You may say it's more complicated than that, but by saying that you are attempting to justify in your head what you know to be wrong in your heart. Brexit will not be resolved by voting for Theresa May's deal. The deal is simply the first step on a long, arduous and damaging path. Almost all MPs go into politics to help people and help the country. I have no doubt about that. It must be difficult to do that when you are swept up in the machine of party politics, and I can see how you could become jaded or cowed by the way political parties work. But you are now facing an issue that will define our country for generations to come, that will determine our children's future on a scale unprecedented in anyone's political lifetime. So I implore you to rise above party politics, to ignore the whips, the constituency organisations, many of which have suffered entryism, and do the right thing by the people of this country. Vote against Theresa May's deal. For all politicians that are pro-Brexit, especially those in the European Research Group, you've promised the people of this country things that many of us have argued were impossible. You have a support base that looks to you to deliver on those promises. One of the main tenets of your campaign was the supposed return of sovereignty to this country by leaving the European Union. Yet Theresa May's deal would mark the biggest ceding of sovereignty this country has ever undertaken. We would, as Jacob Rees-Mogg has said, become a vassal state where we have no say over huge areas of how we are governed. You would be ceding sovereignty to a foreign power, and regardless of what the Attorney General says in the coming days, you know we would have no unilateral way out of it. You would be forever remembered as the people who persuaded the country to vote for Brexit on the promise of returned sovereignty, only to capitulate and do the exact opposite by giving it away. Honour surely must push you to reject May's deal, after all the things you have promised the people. So whether you're a Remain supporting MP, a Leave supporting MP, or undecided, I urge you to do the right thing and reject May's horrendous deal.